Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of A Bite of Life. Today, we'll be making a seafood chowder. We're going to start by making a homemade shrimp stock, then we'll add fresh fish, mussels, sweet corn, and some basil. I'll show you all the ingredients you'll need for this, so let's get in the kitchen and get started. For this recipe, you'll need some shrimp, some mussels, that was 3/4 of a pound of each, some fish of your choice. I'm using 1 piece of tilapia. That's 3 strips of bacon. For the stock and the soup, we will need celery, carrots, 2 bay leaves, 1 star anise, some garlic cloves, and a large shallot. We'll also need lemon, a small yellow onion, 1 ear of corn, some heavy cream, some mirin, some dry white wine, all-purpose flour, fresh sweet basil, and then some ground fennel and some dried thyme. First thing we want to do is prepare the ingredients for our stock. We're going to dice up 2 carrots, 2 celery, and dice up the yellow onion. Then we want to peel the shells and the tail off of the shrimp. They're already deveined. So we will use these shells to flavor our stock, and we also had a bag of frozen shells that we had from previous recipes, so we'll also add that. Now in a large pot or a Dutch oven, begin by sauteing your onions, carrots, and celery for about 2 or 3 minutes. Then you can add in your shrimp shells and saute an additional 2 or 3 minutes just until the shrimp shells develop a nice orange color like that. Then you can add in your bay leaves and your star anise, and then deglaze with about 1/4 cup of mirin or dry white wine. Now add in 3 quarts of water. Bring up to a simmer, and then with the lid on, simmer for about 40 minutes. If you have a fish head or fish bones that you'd like to add to this stock, just simmer for about 1.5 hours instead of 40 minutes. While our stock is simmering, we can prepare the soup ingredients. We're going to small dice 2 celery stalks, 2 carrots, mince up 1 large shallot, and mince up 2 cloves of garlic. And then with the ear of corn, after we take the husk off, we're going to just hold it upright and slice downwards, and just to remove all the kernels like that. I'm going to gently chop about a handful of the sweet basil, and then with the 3 pieces of bacon, I'm just going to cut them up into strips. Big dice your fish. I'm using tilapia. Use any type of fish that you'd like. Now all of our ingredients for the soup are finished. The shrimp stock has been simmering for about 40 minutes, so we can strain it. And this is optional. I'm just putting it in a jar. I think it'll be easier that way. Now in a pot on medium-high heat, we want to add in about 1 cup of dry white wine and our mussels. Then we want to add a drizzle of mirin. That's optional. I have it, so I'll use it. It just adds a little bit of sweetness. And we're going to simmer for about 3-4 minutes with the lid on, and that's what it's going to look like. We're going to strain the mussels, and we're going to save that liquid, and then when the mussels are cool enough to handle, we can take out the meat from each shell, like that. Now that our prep is done, let's make some soup. In a Dutch oven or a large pot on medium-high heat, we want to add some extra virgin olive oil and a pat of butter. Start with the bacon. We can saute for about 2-3 minutes, let it brown up some, release some of its grease, and then we can add in the shallot and garlic. Saute that for about 30 seconds. Now add in your carrots and celery. Saute that for 2 or 3 minutes. Add in a pinch of ground fennel and a pinch of dried thyme. Add in about 4 tablespoons of the all-purpose flour and cook for 2 or 3 minutes to get the flour taste out, and then deglaze with a cup of dry white wine. Then we want to add in all of our shrimp stock. Zest in a quarter of a lemon. Add in a half pint of heavy cream. Then add in your fish and your corn. We want to cook the fish and the corn on a simmer for about 7 to 8 minutes. All we have left is to add in the shrimp and the mussels, along with the juices from the mussels when we steamed it, the liquor, and also the wine. Pour that in. And we just want to simmer about 3 to 4 minutes till the shrimp is orange and beautiful and fully cooked. Add in your sweet basil, that'll add some nice sweetness. Then season to preference. I'm just adding salt and pepper, but check your seasonings. Make sure it's exactly how you want. Simmer it another minute or two, and this is good to go.